is that the reason people take gold and real estate and invest in land and these assets is simply because financing for project finance or financing for development is very difficult to get in Pakistan.
If any investor has to make a business plan implemented, there are 38 provincial and the federal approvals or NOCs which are required.
So sludge.
Why should anybody invest in Pakistan, including us? हम लोग तो invest नहीं करना चाहते, तो बाहर वाले कहाँ से आएंगे? मैं भी market caps देख रहा था, Engro के और Lucky के, two of our biggest companies. Both are worth 150 billion rupees, which is about $600,000, $600 million. अगर 20-30 साल की सब्सिडी के बाद ये कंपनीज अभी तक सिर्फ 500 मिलियन की हुई हैं, 500, not even $1 billion, तो फिर हम what are we investing in? Question to ask first is कि जी हम इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर तो बनाते रहेंगे, चीनी से पैसे लेते रहेंगे, सब कुछ होता रहेगा, बट अगर हमारी बिजनेस नहीं ग्रो करी तो ये इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर हम किस लिए बना रहे हैं? लेट्स स्टॉप मेकिंग द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. लोन ले लेके हम पागल हो गए. सीपक का पहला फेज खत्म हो गया, $25 बिलियन मुल्क में आ गए. वो कहाँ गए? डू वी हैव एनी रिटर्न ऑन दैट इन्वेस्टमेंट, या वो हमें अब लोन पे की शक्ल में नजर आ रहा है?
Do you think corporate sector, private sector is a success? Is it stagnant? Or where is it heading?
You have the vision and then you have the strategy. So there is no reason why the private sector should be able to grow. I think the biggest investment should be possible with public-private partnership, because corporate sector would not have that kind of muscle. The third would not have developed. At least close to $1 billion investment was done by the public sector.
Is stock market really doing what it should be doing in terms of capital formation or reaching out or giving savings products? Or is it just a trading house of a few, as mentioned, dominated by Sindh Club in the first, session?
Main issue to ye hai कि when we look at the stock market, हम सोचते हैं कि yes, it's a collection of smaller people, smaller investors, larger investors that have really kind of monopolized. Reality ye hai that if we look at the stock market performance and we, sort of eliminate the overall index for a bit, what you will find is there are a few companies, I would say gems, that have actually seen a tremendous increase in their value over the last, say, 6 or 7 years or so. And as an investor, it is my fundamental belief कि जहाँ value addition हो रही होती है, वहाँ इन्वेस्टमेंट जरूर आती है. हमारी मार्केट 2016 में तकरीबन 46,000 के लेवल में, आज 2022 में हम 42,000 के लेवल पे स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं. तो मार्केट तो ओवरऑल तो डिक्लाइन में गई है, लेकिन उसमें अगर आप देखें कोई ऐसी कंपनीज है जिन्होंने एक्चुअली वैल्यू क्रिएशन की है, वैल्यू एडिशन की है, बिजनेस को एक्सपैंड किया है, अपने आप में इन्वेस्ट किया है, अपने लोगों में इन्वेस्ट किया है, एंड दे हैव सीन दैट रिजल्ट बोथ इन देयर बॉटम लाइन as well as in their share price performance. One of those, for example, is Mizan Bank, which is now the country's third or fourth largest bank. इनकी जो जर्नी रही है पिछले 6 साल में आप उठाएं तो शायद ये नंबर 9 या नंबर 10 थे. उन्होंने एक ग्रोथ स्ट्रेटजी अडॉप्ट की, इस्लामिक बैंकिंग पे फोकस किया, अपने ओवरऑल डिपॉजिट्स को बढ़ाया, अपनी लेंडिंग को बढ़ाया, and the market rewarded them from that.
What is CPAC phase 2? It is all about the industrialization. So there are 11 joint working groups, and the way the platform work or the network work, that the bureaucracy of Pakistan and bureaucracy of China, they must engage and discuss that in variety of sectors, which projects are to be implemented. Okay. So there are 11, and the latest one was science and technology, agriculture and IT, and huge, potential in that one. The areas where the investors are already working, they have so many bruises. They have got so many pain points. When I went to, Allama Iqbal special economic zone, so I realized that there was almost $1.5 billion of investment from the small investors. They are into LD bulk, they're into tiles, they're into, other various small kind of businesses. But they were all bruised because they said that they have been really moving from pillar to the post, and they had number of problems. And to my, utter surprise, if any investor has to make a business plan implemented, there are 38 provincial and the federal approvals or NOCs which are required.
So sludge.
So that was approval, which was given to the Prime Minister, and he agreed that rather than approval kind of environment, it should be a kind of audit environment, that the investor comes, he should be treated with a one window operation, and he should not be running from pillar to the post to get the NOCs and the approvals. And the only thing is that you have an undertaking from them that they should be, complied with the law of the land. And subsequently, there should be an audit, and they are non-compliant, there should be a penalty thing.
Is that the reason people take gold and real estate and invest in land and these assets is simply because financing for project finance or financing for development is very difficult to get in Pakistan?
सबसे जो important चीज है कि they should not be seen as just sources of remittance and also basically source of hot money. There is so much more that they can do by way of institutional investments. They can actually not just see Pakistan as some place that they can, place money in debt instruments and take a quick return, but as a place where they can actually make value-adding investments as well. And I think many Pakistanis do. Unfortunately, they get stuck in the same myriad. Zada, jo Pakistani diaspora jo export hua tha, with time they have become foreign nationals of other countries. And when they become foreign nationals of other countries, I think very much they start, being as second-grade citizens of Pakistan. अगर आप उनमें से किसी को सिर्फ किसी बोर्ड पे ही अपॉइंट करने की कोशिश करें, so the security clearance process required to actually appoint someone who is now a foreign passport holder onto a board in Pakistan. Of course, अगर वो investment करवा भी सकते हैं, but बाद में उस investment में कोई active role नहीं ले सकते या उनकी involvement जो है वो security clearances में stuck हो जाए. So they would be reluctant to do that. So I think primarily, that whole process of security clearance, not just from Pakistanis who wish to be on boards and then look after their investments in Pakistan, but also for foreign companies जो कि पाकिस्तान में invest करती हैं, कल को उनको boards पे रखा जा सकता है जो उनके shareholder representatives हैं. That is a big issue in Pakistan, and many people for that reason actually are swayed away from investing in Pakistan.
Pakistan has an investment law of 1976 that is extremely restrictive, that says foreign investors cannot come in sectors in which there is domestic investment, which basically means in all sectors. How do you think the enabling environment can be changed to attract more of this investment from the rest of the world that, again, represents 330 times the size of your economy?
2006 and 7, Pakistan received $5 billion of foreign direct investment when India received $12 billion. And the size of Indian economy at that time, 6 times a Pakistani economy. Why was it happening? There was a consistency, predictability of economic policies. There was a quick repatriation of royalty, of dividends, of the profits and the interest, because we had built up $16 billion of reserves, and multinational companies from all over the world were investing in Pakistan at that time. Today, India is attracting $81 billion, while we are attracting less than $2 billion. So you have to compare the enabling environment where the investor is not sure whether he will get the return. At that time, the rupee was stable at 60 rupees to a dollar. So the dollar returns and the rupee dollars are equivalent. Today, somebody who had invested at 100 rupees a dollar, what is his return at 220 rupees? So macroeconomic stability, enabling environment, predictability and consistency of policies, ease of repatriation of the profits, these are the ingredients why you can attract. If all of them are absent, I don't think even the local investors will come in, because they do not know what is going to happen tomorrow, whether they will get the return, opportunity cost of capital. In today's world, 100 countries are competing with each other. Why should they come and put their money here? Because there is no guarantee that they will even be able to get their LCs confirmed because of the macroeconomic stability. So I think we have to take a holistic picture of that rather than taking a very partial picture and say one factor or the other. And this goes along the entire horizon of the investment, not only just domestic, but both the foreign and domestic. We have to treat them equally. If we treat the domestic investors, give them some preferences, and we don't have a level playing field, forget about the foreign direct investment.